Hey there YouTube, this is SJM4306, and I know it's been a while since I posted a video last, but got something in the mail, and as you can see, it is a replacement case for Gameboy Advance SP. I have another Gameboy Advance SP in the mail, pink, pearl pink one that I wanted to change out the shell. Hopefully that's in soon. I just thought I'd go through and show you the parts and partially assemble the hinge system and whatnot now while I'm waiting for the rest of it. It comes with like everything that you could possibly need. A brand new LCD clear protector, the Nintendo sticker there, all these little pads that go inside the screw holes on the top there. All the screws and whatnot that you could possibly need. Even goes as far as to come with a brand new label with a random part number there. Yeah, sketch looking. Anywho, comes with a speaker, which is nice, and the shell itself. So let's get this out of here. One thing to note, the plastic is cheaper than the original. It is bendy, but other than that, not perfect quality, but I like this color a lot. It comes with hinges, which is really nice, because I definitely will need that. And it looks like, yep, so everything is held in place with cardboard to keep the buttons from sliding out, which is really nice. And let's see. Oh, darn it. I knew I shouldn't have pulled that out. Okay. Gonna need something to poke that with. There we go. And that just goes in place. It comes with everything pre-assembled pretty much, and yeah, so ready to go. So let's try and get the hinges in place first. Just need the front half of this guy. Let's see, if I remember correctly, you push the hinges in from, don't want all these buttons falling all over the place. I'm gonna put this guy back on. It is cheaper material than the original, obviously, but it wasn't too expensive, so I can't complain. Everything looks really good in terms of the color. Quality plastic's okay. Let's see if we can get these hinges in. If I was right, you have to, comes with two end caps here, these little guys. You have to make sure that those are on the hinges first before you slide them in, otherwise, yeah, ain't happening. Let's see how this happens. There should be a notch, there we go, on the hinge itself, and you slide it on there. Let's see. I don't know if it, there we go, it only goes on one way, so if it's not going in, then you're doing it wrong, so don't put pressure. Yeah, there's a black little tab piece right there that has to be facing opposite of the opening of the slip disc here. So you push that in. You can see injection molding marks on the plastic, which are meh. Might do good to take a pocket knife and just scrape those down so that it fits nice and snug. There we go. I don't want it getting caught on anything. And now let's see. These should go in. Let's see if there's any certain way I'm sure there's a certain direction that you have to push these in, and I don't want to muck it up. Oh, there's some plastic on this guy too. Yeah, the molding isn't 100% accurate, which is eh. Let's see. Supposed to just snap right in. If not, I'm doing it wrong. I'll be back when I figure this out. Give me a sec. After much fiddling, I realized that these hinges, I finally got them in using a hammer and then some soft material so I didn't mar anything. Only to realize that these hinges are So I'm gonna wait till I get the actual Game Boy, the pink one, take out its hinges and then use those because those are probably gonna be better quality. But yeah, hopefully they arrive. The used Game Boy arrives tomorrow. That was probably one of the most painful things I've had to do, putting those hinges in and getting them out. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'll hopefully be able to do that sometime soon, by this weekend probably. So I'll catch you guys then. Okay, so finally the pink Game Boy Advance SP came in the mail, and I let it charge up a bit. The battery was completely dead. It hadn't been charged forever. But I saved you the boring part of me taking it apart because I've already posted a teardown video of the Game Boy Advance SP. So anyway, basically got the screen removed, the board removed. I actually removed the old hinges, and how you do that is these guys will actually be stuck in there. You have to get in with a screwdriver and very carefully but forcefully push out from the inside here, and that's how you pop those out, being careful not to break anything. Now you should be able to just slide off the hinge covers and then slide on the ones that came with this guy. So let's see. Yeah, I fiddled around yesterday with the hinge covers, trying to get the old ones on. I figured the ones that came with the Game Boy would be much better quality. So I'm gonna use these guys. So hopefully these work, because that's one of the most difficult things in this is putting in the hinges. I've learned a trick, which is that you have to have the Game Boy open as if it were going in there. Everything's falling out. Okay. So you want to have it open. This is kind of difficult to do on camera, but anyway, I don't think there's any difference between the hinges. But you gotta insert them aligned with, you'll see in the inside some notches in the hole there. Gotta have them aligned, and then you gotta get this guy aligned. May be difficult to do, and I may need to pause the video, or not, or it'll slide in real easily. Anyway, so got one in miraculously. I don't know how, but hopefully the other one's as easy. Yep, that wasn't too bad at all. Okay, so make sure that the hinges are in properly, and they appear to be. Okay, let's get all these buttons out as they spill everywhere. I'm trying to use some of the older parts that are a little bit better quality, So let's see. Got a button here. Okay, let's get the screen in now that we have this. It doesn't quite snap like the original one did. It doesn't snap closed, you can see it kind of, but it does snap into the open position. I wonder if the hinges are in backwards or something, I don't know. Or maybe it's just because there's friction or something in there. Because this is a third-party case, so I guess it's okay. It is a shame that doesn't snap shut like the original. But anyway, so the original screen was clean enough, so I'm going to just keep that and keep the spare one. So what you want to do is feed the ribbon cable in carefully without damaging it, and then you place the screen into the bezel there. Make sure nothing's caught up or anything. And then you want to grab the top now. Hopefully I don't lose all these buttons. Place the top on. I'm going to screw in the top first. Oh, that looks beautiful already. Okay. So, let's see. Here we go. I'll use the old lid as a tin. Okay. I did notice something peculiar. The rubber little guys here, they're not adhesive back, so I'm going to have to figure out some kind of glue solution or something. But anyway, okay, it should be 5 Phillips. Just go right into the screen if they want to cooperate. Sorry, it's hard to get this in frame. There we go. Don't want to over-tighten them. Just enough so that the screen is held in there. Oh, this is looking beautiful already. Can't wait till this is done. Oops. Make sure you get the right screws. Okay. Plenty of tri-wing screws here. Oh, for love of God. I just want a Phillips. Why is this so hard? Don't tell me I'm missing a screw. Huh. Okay, well then, I guess I'll reuse some of the original screws. So, yeah, I guess I'll just swap out. I'll try to use all the original screws because they're better quality. I don't want it stripping in the future, so I'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, so screen's in. I'll worry about putting the little bumpers in later, the screw covers. So for now, shut it. Yeah, the hinge is meh. I don't know how I feel about that. Because it opens fine, but then it's kind of wobbly. Darn it. I wonder if it's just... Let me try resetting the hinges and see if that fixes that. So I'm back, and I just learned something interesting. I just swapped the hinges, and apparently they were in backwards. Now it has that nice snap. So that's beautiful. But yeah, so if it doesn't feel right, then just swap the hinges and you're good to go. Basically, now what we got to do is there is a cover for the cable there, and there should be a single Phillips screw that goes there. Let's see, hopefully I'm not missing a screw somewhere. Go for the outside, these go for that. Yeah, I believe it's a longer one. So, just set that in there. Screw that down. Make sure the cable's not caught or anything. And voila. Ooh, that looks very nice. Oh, I love that snap. Okay. Oh, snap. Anyway, so now let's place the buttons. Got them over here. The A and the B buttons are keyed, so you can't insert them the wrong way, which is nice. Well, I suppose you can if you really tried hard, but yeah. Yep. There we go, there we go. And finally, there we go. Okay, I'm going to use the old rubber membranes because they're still good. And they're nicer than the ones that came with the system, or with the replacement case. So, there we go. All good to go. I'll use the original speaker too, because it has the little piece there and it's nicer quality. So, there we go. And then now, finally, not finally, but the ribbon connector. Let's see the quality of this board. Yeah, there's some stuff that got in it. It's always an amazing thing how much gunk can get in a system after many, many years of use. Doesn't look horrible though, this system. The tactile buttons still feel in good order. So, okay. Now you want to, it's easier if you actually open this because it gives you a little bit more wire, ribbon to work with, the cable. So then, very difficultly, slide this in there. I might need to put this down. Yeah. There. And close the clasp. Now, if you don't get it correctly aligned or anything, then when you go to turn on the system, you might get a white screen or no image at all. I just realized it's a little bit crooked. You want to be careful not to damage that ribbon cable. There we go. Oh, please tell me the light pipe's not going to get in the way. Oh, please tell me it's not in the way. Okay, good. Okay, so make sure all the buttons are in there flush and whatnot. And 3 screws go into the motherboard here. Not too tight. Open them. Let's see, make sure that this is that's interesting. Apparently there is such a thing as too snug. Okay, so you want to leave a little bit of slack. Probably the tolerances aren't exact, so you want to leave a little bit of snugness in there. So then, basically you want the power switch to be down, doesn't matter what the volume's at, to match with if this is off, and then you just want to place the two halves together, like that. Good. And so then, get your tri-wing out, and then 4 screws, 1 in each corner. These screws are really crusty. I might, let's see. Yeah, these guys were meh. Might just use the ones that came with this. Now these guys look cheap. Look, you can't see. These are more likely to strip because they're much more shallow than the original ones. Even if these guys are a little dirty, they are better quality. So I will likely have to open this system again in the future for one thing or another. Yep, nice and clicky. Okay, volume switch slides freely. Darn it. It's too tight. I wonder if there is something with the tolerance of the board, because the buttons are already depressed. Gonna have to figure this out. Hopefully that's not the case, because otherwise you can't really play the system. Yeah. Darn it. I'm probably going to have to shave down. If you look inside the system, there's little nubs that apply pressure to the back of the board, and those might be too tall. So I'm going to have to figure out a way of shaving those down a bit. Let's see what's going on. That's the one thing about these cases, case replacement cases. They're good enough, but there's often going to be small differences between the original case and these guys, so that you're going to have to modify it a bit. Yeah, these little guys, might have to shave them down a bit. Darn it. Okay, let me do that and get back to you guys when I'm done with that. Found something interesting out. So I was using originally the original rubber pad. Apparently the ones provided are a little bit thinner, so I had to replace that, because no matter how much I shaved down, it was still hitting something. But now it works. The buttons are a little mushier. I would prefer them to be a little clickier, but this is also a used system, so maybe that's why. Basically down to the last screw, just this little guy up front here. And then I'm done. Okay. Yeah, basically, while you're screwing these in, screw them in snug and then turn them a quarter of the way out, just to give it some play there. Other than that, the tolerances on this case aren't great exactly, but it does work basically. I kept the spare speaker that came with this guy. I used the original one. Plastic's a little bit cheap, not gonna lie, but it still feels pretty hefty with all the electronics inside. Everything basically fits. Tolerances aren't great, but I didn't expect them to be. Anyway, I'm gonna go fire this up. I have to somehow figure out a way to glue in these guys, but for now I could just shove them in. Let's see. Is there a direction? I don't know. For now, good enough. There we go. Meh. It's okay. I mean, for the price I paid for it. I wish that these buttons would feel a little bit more responsive. They're a little bit mushy. But anyway, battery's dead. I'm gonna have to charge this, and then let's see what else. Oh yeah, might not want to forget to put this Nintendo sticker on there in case people forget that it's from Nintendo. Pocket knife. Let's see. Make sure I'm not screwing this guy up. See which direction it goes in. The top lid with all the screws. Great. Good. Thought so. Okay. So, Nintendo sticker. Successfully placed in. And why not? Oh wow, that's pretty fail. Oh wow, that's pretty fail also. Okay, this sticker is not going to work with me, obviously. There we go. Place it nice and center. No, I said center. You know what? There. Ta-da! Gameboy Advance SP. And the cartridge fits in perfectly. And so overall, this guy looks pretty snazzy. I like the buttons, the way that they feel. All good except for these guys. A and B. Why couldn't it be start and select, because you never use those really. But I'll see if I can tweak it a little more. Maybe there's some material that I didn't realize is pressing on the inside of it, and that's why. But anyway, I'm going to go charge this, and then I'll have a video of it working after I fully charge the battery. So, until then. And finally, everything is complete. I went back and I changed out the little indicator plastic light pipes weren't so great, so I replaced that with the original. I replaced all the button pads with the original, and it turns out that the thickness is entirely different than the original ones. So when I put back in the brand new rubber pads, everything is all nice and clicky and it all works. Apparently they use slightly different thicknesses for that, and so all the buttons work. I charged up the battery, and so here you go. And as you can see, it works. And there you go. Let me just show you all the buttons working. So yeah, that's basically everything working there. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's this guy looks really nice. I love it. Yeah, you can see the indicator is nice and bright there now. It wasn't so great with the cheap light pipe before, but yeah, this guy looks really slick there. I really like the case. The quality is but for like, I think I paid maybe like $6 or something plus shipping for this guy, which wasn't too much, but for the amount that I paid for it, I really can't complain too much. So that is another project that I've successfully completed, and this is my, I want to say, third or fourth Game Boy Advance SP. My other ones are back home. They're really collectible, and I love the form factor, and I love the games in the series there. So that's pretty much it. So until I get along doing another project, I'll see you guys then. And so, peace.